Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trader Babes. I am your host, Erica, and tonight I am alone. Arya is not with me, so I will be talking to our guest solo. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're enjoying our episodes, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Trader Babes. My guest today is an amazing small cap day trader. He also does large cap swing trades. And I'm so excited to speak with him because I know so many beginner traders begin in small cap land, and day trading is quite the hectic journey as far as learning and keeping up with it every day. So I'm really excited to see how he does it so well. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. I forgot to ask you before. Do you pronounce it Javicha?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's how everyone pronounces it, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. What's it supposed to be?
Well, it's a silent J, but Javicha's fine.
Okay. So Avicha? Is that the
It's
correct one?
it's like in Spanish, so
Oh,
my
gotcha.
my name is Javi, so it's supposed to be Javicha, but Javicha's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Where are you from originally?
I'm Cuban.
Cuban? Oh, okay. I live in South Florida, so we have a lot of the Cuban culture here.
Oh yeah, you guys got a shit ton of Cubans there.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We do. um, and I'm really excited to talk to you about your journey in small cap trading, because I know one of the really cool things that I know about your story, I don't know your full story, is that you lived abroad for a really long time and had to deal with the
Yep.
time difference. How did you do that, and like what was going on in that stage?
Yeah, so I moved to Japan right after I graduated university.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 2016. So, and I started trading in 2018. I found out, like, I watched YouTube videos, like one of the famous YouTube guys on, I forget his name, it's like Ricky or something, Ricky something.
Ricky Gutierrez, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've watched
yeah.
him too.
Yep, I started with him and like Robin Hood, like everyone else starts, and it's a very small amount of money. But yeah, one of the toughest things was the time difference over there. So in the summertime, uh, the market opens over there at 10:30 p.m. at night, and then in the winter it opens up at 11:30 because they don't have a uh, daylight savings
Mm-hmm.
like we do over here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was pretty tough trying to manage working full time and trading, and especially in that first year, not making anything like trading, just like learning how to trade, losing some money, making some money, and doing all that while working full time and having to wake up the next day, at like 6:30, 7 a.m. and go to
Mm-hmm.
work and then come back, eat something, and then back to trading in pre-market.
That's amazing. How did you manage that, especially day trading, because it requires so much more focus than swing trading does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, um, the first year I was working full time, and I was like getting into day trading. So I wasn't trading as much as I do now because I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't full time trading. I was still working a full time job. So I would just trade pre market, and maybe the first like half an hour to hour after open,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would just fall asleep.
You got to sleep sometime, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then I would wake up for like after hours and just check out like how the market did that day before I went to work, and study for like an hour before going to work on like the tickers that ran and why they ran and where, like, and how they ran,
Mm-hmm.
and just spent my time learning that first year.
And did you already set your stop limit orders and your sell orders and it like in advance so that you could sleep, or how
Oh,
did you
no, no,
manage
no,
that?
no. I would. I would not go to sleep with a position.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you would stay awake and then close the
Yeah.
position and then go to sleep.
Yep. I remember when I first started trading, one of my first trades was INPX.
I remember
And
that one.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, this shit's gonna go to the moon. You know how everyone is in the beginning.
Hmm.
And I had a small account, and I put all of my money into INPX and just went to sleep. I was like, yeah, I got this. And the next day I woke up and like half of my money was gone. So
Oh no. So you didn't even put a stop. Well, you can't even do a stop
I
in
mean,
pre-market.
I didn't really even know. Like
Uh-huh.
I was just beginning. I didn't know what a stop loss was or anything. I had no strategy, nothing. So after that first big loss is that's how I learned. And after that, I didn't go to sleep with the position. I always closed out everything and then went to bed.
And so you said you started with a small account. So you started under PDT then?
Yeah. I started under PDT, and I for the first few months I would only do like 3-day trades per week,
Mm-hmm.
and then I changed to a cash account after that so I could trade more.
Yeah, that's a good tip that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. The cash account gets you around that rule. The only downside is waiting that 2 days for the funds to settle. So like would you split like your cash account in
Yeah,
half and use half the
yeah.
funds? Okay.
I would split my account in half and then use half of my cash every day. And I what I started doing to get more screen time was I would only take small positions in everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I can make more day trades per day. And that gave me more experience, you know.
Mm-hmm. And
Instead
what
of doing like one trade every few days, I would do like 4 trades per day.
Okay, so it gave you more practice
Yeah,
to put
yeah.
your strategy in place.
Yep.
Okay. And what do you look for when you're seeing a good small cap day trade possibility? Like, what is it that it needs to have for you?
Well, that's a big question.
Well,
Well,
like,
I
do you have a
guess,
main, maybe three criteria that
yeah,
you like to
yeah.
see?
So I look for the most important thing in my opinion is volume. So without volume, you know, nothing can happen. That's the most important thing. I look at the volume and compare it to the past volume it's had and see, and then also look at the daily chart to see what potential range it has
Mm-hmm.
compared to the volume. Besides the volume, I look at the pattern it's forming. So, does it have higher lows? Um, do buyers come in and buy the dip every time it dips? And the last thing is if it has news. I look for the news and read through the news to see if it's good, to see if it's missed news, and even sometimes the news that it sounds good but actually isn't that good is the best type of news because that news traps the shorts. They read it because they're shorts. They read all the news, and then they see that it's bad news, and they're like, oh, "Wow, this stock is really shitty news. Let's all short it." And then all of the longs don't read anything. All they read is the headline. So
That is so
sometimes,
true.
yeah, sometimes those are the best types.
Because everyone's just piling into it, and then you get the short trap set up.
Yeah, you get the short squeeze.
And do you look for a specific float amount?
Yeah, float's important as well. It can't be too fat, you know.
Mm-hmm. Then
But
it's too
yeah,
heavy.
yeah, it's too heavy. I mean, I'm fine with pretty much anything, but um, anything lower float is better.
And now that you've moved past, PDT and everything, do you scale in and scale out of positions, or do you just do like one buy, one sell?
Yeah, scaling out. I spend most of my time in the Momo chat in Atlas, and that's something that we always talk about, the importance of scaling in and scaling out. Um, it's really it's really difficult to get the perfect entry every time. So it's really important to scale in and scale out. I like to scale in maybe 3 to 5 times with a smaller bid size. And I hardly ever slap if it's not news. So I like to get filled. And
So you wait for it to come down to your
yeah,
to your
yeah,
price
yeah,
level.
yeah, yeah. It comes down to my level, it fills me, and then I like to scale out a big portion of my position, like when it just pops on that first pop, and then I like to ride the rest.
Okay. So you're securing profits
Yeah,
ahead of time.
yep. You know, sometimes I miss out on a lot of the move and a lot of the profit, but
Well, you were
I've
sleeping.
well, yeah, while I was sleeping, yeah, but I'm not gonna be. Well, when I was in Japan, I'm not gonna be there all day, so I have to close the position before I go to bed.
Hmm.
Um, and if I do, like after I pass PDT and all that, um, sometimes I left positions opened after after I became more consistent and stuff. But if it's a smaller position compared to then I can sleep better.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I would think so.
yeah. So I like to scale out a big portion of my position on that first or second pop, and then just
Mhm.
ride the rest.
Gotcha. And do you use any specific, like, do you rely a lot on like breakout patterns or any like specific indicators that you use?
I don't use any indicators.
So
Yeah,
you read the price action mostly?
yeah. So I sometimes use VWAP because everyone uses VWAP,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure if you know Rodessa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had him on.
oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one of the guys that hates VWAP, and he convinced me to take VWAP off. But yeah, I just use a naked chart and just go off of price action and volume and the pattern it's forming.
Yeah. That's a great way to learn to trade too. If like I wish a lot of people would go and like just like for hours, just read the level two, read the time and sales. Like you can
Yeah,
learn so much. And like every time I ask an experienced trader, okay, how do you see this? How do you know this is going to happen? They're like, it's in the price action. You just know, they don't know how to explain it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just something you get from experience,
I
right?
mean, tape reading can only get you so far,
Of
but
course.
yeah, just more of the chart and what the buyers and sellers do. If it dips, do the buyers come in and protect the level, or are there more sellers than buyers? Supply and
Hmm.
demand.
That's preached a lot in Atlas.
Yep,
That's
that's
for sure.
that's probably the most important thing. And Rodessa's a master of that, so I'm sure he talked about that a bunch when he was on. So I'm not gonna even go into it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's how I learned supply and demand was from one of Rodessa's videos that he shared from
Yep.
a guy on YouTube.
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
how did you find Atlas, by the way?
Atlas, I found it on Reddit, I think.
Oh, really?
When I was first starting, I think I joined in late 2018 or early 2019, and it was like right when I was when I first started trading, and I am so happy I found them because they have so many resources there to learn.
Hmm.
So
And did it
that
make a big difference, like being able to kind of trade in a group setting and learn off of each other?
yeah, yeah, that I think that really like fast forwarded my experience to I mean, I know people that have taken years to learn, and it took me about like only 1 year to become consistent. So
Wow, that's amazing. How did you deal with all the mental struggles that like people face, like the losses hitting you down? Like you mentioned, you lost 50% of your account, or not of your
that
account, of
was
your
yeah,
position
yeah,
in
that
the very
was
beginning. How'd you bounce back from that?
well, it's after that first loss, I took a break. I was like, wow, is this for me, this day trading thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept seeing people like post profits, and I was like, wow, man, I really want to get to this level one day. And after that break, I just got back and I decreased my position size. So I think after you take a loss, it's really important to take a break, to to take a breather and reanalyze your strategy, and then lower your size, because a lot of the problems that traders face is mental. So
Mm-hmm.
lowering your size will be a lot will be very helpful to lower that stress and that from the loss.
Yeah, we're sometimes we're our own worst enemies, it seems like, when we're learning.
Yeah, man, it's so mental. It's so mental.
Definitely. And people are, that's why like a place like Atlas is so helpful, because people, they get like beat down sometimes because they oversized and they don't know what to do, and they're bag holding. How did you avoid bag holding, like turning your day trades into swing trades?
Oh yeah. So um I don't know. I mean, I was mainly my main strategy is like just day trading. So I before I enter a trade, always have a plan. Um and if it doesn't work out, cut it, and then find a better entry, or find a better trade, a different ticker.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys that go into a trade without a plan and get lucky and make a bunch of money, or just like bag hold for months and months, my suggestion is to make a plan before entering a trade. Have somewhere where you take profit, and somewhere where you will cut the trade, or where you will add to your position if it comes to this level.
Mm-hmm. And that is a really good tip. And I feel like I wish a lot of people would listen to that more. And it's not only having a plan, but it's also sticking to it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times we have trouble maintaining being disciplined. It's like, we'll bend the rules a little bit, we'll average down.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we're like, what's going to happen with this stock, Clove?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
something like that.
Clove, and lots.
Lots.
It took a while. It took a while, but they finally came around.
Yeah. Now it's bag holders rejoice.
All of the bag holders. Yeah, I mean, one of the things, this is contrary to what I believe is the best, but one of the things that his name is Bearfucker. Do you know him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was on with
I was on. Okay,
Rodessa.
yeah. One of the things he told us when we started was, don't sell for a loss.
Oh,
And
really?
it's very controversial because this will create bag holders. But if you have a bigger size account and you can scale in, then most of the time, even if you have to hold it for a longer time than you wanted, if you scale in correctly, you can get out even, or for a profit.
I feel like that's something that would be very difficult for someone just starting
Yeah.
out
So if
to
you're
do.
new, yeah. So if you're new, I would make a plan and stick to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're more experienced and have a bigger size account, or you can scale in correctly, then I think this is really good advice.
Yeah. That it's true. As long as you have a plan and you know what you're doing and you can
Yeah.
actually execute it, that's what makes all the difference. And trading
Yeah.
is so personal. Everyone has their own preferences.
Yep.
Do you use scanners when you're looking for your day trades, or do you just kind of do like a pre-market scan to see everything that's running and then just kind of go off of that?
Nope. I don't use any scanners. I just use Momo Team. They're my scanner.
They're your scanner.
They're my
Okay.
scanner.
Okay, got
I mean,
it.
before the market opens, we generally have a list of stocks that have good volume or good movements in pre-market, and I go off of that. And most of the other things that run get called out in the chat. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I use. And there are some times that we miss, like the really slow grinders, but
Yeah.
I haven't needed a scanner yet. So
That's good because they can get pricey. They can get really pricey. So it's nice to know that, like, if you're participating in that group setting, that you don't have to each individually pay for it. So I
yeah,
know some of them can get like ridiculous, like
yeah,
hundreds of dollars.
yeah. Especially if you're new.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use the group as like a call out, like to buy.
Right.
Use them as a
Yeah.
scanner. What gets called out, put it into your watch list, and then try to see what the other traders that called it out are seeing.
Mm-hmm. That's how you're going to learn, right? From the people who have already been there and are doing it
Yeah,
successfully.
yeah. It's not a buy and sell alert. It's a scanner.
Yeah. Especially by the time, I mean, when you're alerting, especially a day trade, by the time you guys have put it into the chat, like you've already had to hit your order in and then type it up and then send it. And sometimes scalping can be seconds. So there's no
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really fast, and sometimes it's like the types of trades that I like the most are the ones where we can call it before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at this ticker to come down to this level, and then to hold this level, and then it'll bounce back. And then that way, when it comes to that level, we can all get filled and then get profit.
Yeah. And do you like, I know that's another problem that small cap day traders get stuck in a lot, especially when they're new, is they get stuck in an offering.
Oh,
How has
yeah.
that happened to you? And is there anything you can do to avoid it?
Okay. Well, has that not happened to anyone?
No, yeah, I think that that's happened pretty much to everyone. If it hasn't, then I really would like to know their secret.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you can tell when something will offer. You can look at the filings that it has to see if they have an offering out,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes even in the price action, if it has like really really good news and it's just heavy the entire day, and it's not really popping, like all the pops get sold into, usually there's an offering in after hours, or
Oh,
in
wow. That's
or
a
in
really
like,
good tip.
yeah, or like in the PM, in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon. It's usually an offering, or the next day even. But yeah, I've been caught in offerings, and it's part of the game. So
Yeah. That's what stop losses are for.
that's what stop
Right.
losses are for, and that's why you scale out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Yep.
true. Because a lot of times you'll leave like when you're starting, you're like, well, where do I sell? Because you don't enter with a plan. And you're like, well, where do I sell?
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, that's the importance of a plan for sure. What is the best advice you ever received when you were learning? Like, was there anything that really changed your outlook?
Um, One thing that Zach Morris.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Zach Morris said, I'm not sure when it was or where. I just read it somewhere. Is trade like someone that you look up to is watching you, like a trader that you like is watching you, like he's behind your back watching what you do. Um, so basically, know why you're getting into this trade, know your plan, and execute it. Don't let emotions change what
Yeah.
you do. Make a plan and follow it. And if there's a really like if there's a pro trader behind you watching you, then you're gonna be on your toes, trying to get the best entry, trying to to trade the best that you can.
Mm-hmm. That is the good advice. I always love asking everyone that question because everyone has something a little different, and you learn. I learned so much from from these answers, and that's really good advice. I really like that.
Yeah, no FOMO.
No FOMO. Yeah. Oh, and for anyone who doesn't know, FOMO means fear of missing out. just in
Yeah,
case anyone
yeah.
doesn't know.
That really helped me in the beginning. Everyone fears that they're gonna miss out on stuff. There's
Hmm.
always runners every day. Oh, well, almost every day. In the slow
Yeah.
market, not so much, but in the hot market, every day. So if you
Yeah.
miss out, look for the next one.
Yeah, that's true. I have a weird workaround for that one too.
But
Which is like if it's really hitting you hard, buy a single share.
oh yeah, yeah,
Then you
yeah,
got in. Worst case scenario,
yeah,
you lost 10 cents.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
There you go. Make it part of your plan. FOMO or just buy a single share.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with me. And I am really excited for you. You're back in the States now, right? So now you can start trading like regular hours.
Yeah, we moved here last month. We just got settled in, and I can finally sleep.
That's amazing. It only took you 3 to 5 years, but you'll finally sleep.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye. Want more Trader Babes? Subscribe now and connect with us on social media for exclusive content and access you won't find anywhere else. And we'll see you right here on the next unforgettable episode of Trader Babes.